Hello and welcome back everybody. So today I want to talk about Ejirou Kirishima. He's a character that I rarely ever talk about, and the reason is because, I don't know, I just kind of forget about him sometimes, last time I talked about him was when he was relevant in the manga, when he was having this backstory of him and Mina before they joined the UA Academy, which was really good by the way. So I just thought, when better than now to make a video on Kirishima, now that the arc is actually kind of over. One of the things that I want to talk about is of course him and Rappa's rematch at some point in the future, because it's kind of been foreshadowed to happen. We don't really know if it's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen, but if it does, Kirishima is going to need to improve a lot because Rappa is just leagues ahead of him as it is right now. He's much older and he's been fighting a long time, so he obviously has a lot more experience than Kirishima, and as well as the fact that he's just older, so he's obviously naturally going to have a more developed quirk than Kirishima does. Kirishima is still a student, so I don't really think this rematch would happen when they're students, and if it does, probably not in their first year, probably second or even third year of the UA Academy, and in that time he's obviously going to learn how to expand on his quirk a lot. I could see him getting a lot of new techniques for both defensive purposes as well as offensive purposes, because his quirk is actually very versatile. He can use it for both defense and offense. A lot of quirks are limited in how they can be used. It obviously depends on the quirk at hand. Let's say Bakugo, it's not really the most defensive oriented quirk. His quirk is more about mobility and offense capabilities. But in Kirishima's case, his hardening can be used to deliver strong attacks, because obviously the harder your fists are and whatever, the fist is going to be a lot stronger, and then he can also just do what he's doing with the unbreakable form, which is hardening himself to the point where he can take a lot of strong hits, like he did in that alleyway when he was taking all of those blades by the empowered quirk, as well as the fact that he did tank Rappa's attacks. Granted, he did take a serious beating by Rappa, but at the same time, as I said, Rappa has a lot more experience than Kirishima does. So when Kirishima catches up, when he's older and has gained a lot more skill, experience and power, he's probably going to be at least near Rappa in terms of skill. Because if Rappa is arrested, because I think he is, I'm not quite sure, Kirishima is going to have a lot of time to actually catch up. Now, if they were to have a rematch, that would of course imply that they need to be broken out of prison for that to happen, and a lot of people are speculating on the fact that we are going to have a prison break from the League of Villains, and Rappa could join the League of Villains in that way. I really do hope he does, because the reason he joined Overhaul in the first place was because Overhaul showed that he was strong, he had strength. And if the League of Villains can show Rappa that they also have that strength, then he's probably going to be persuaded to join them in some way, and he would be a strong asset because he is just muscle, because he took out Kirishima's unbreakable form in a single barrage of attacks. There was nothing Kirishima could have done to stop that, and the empowered quirk by the guy in the alleyway, his quirk didn't really do shit against Kirishima's unbreakable form, which kind of tells you the difference in power there. Rappa's quirk was probably not even empowered at the time. So yeah, I would really like to see some kind of rivalry between Kirishima and Rappa, because as I've said in the past, and I know a lot of other YouTubers who do My Hero Academia content has touched on this as well, it's that the students of 1A and the League of Villains will probably have some kind of rivalry parallel between them, because we know Deku and Shigaraki, they're perfect parallels with each other, and we have Toga, who will probably be a rival with Ochako Uraraka, and then there is of course, Kirishima. He might be either up against the rock guy that we don't really know the identity of, or if Rappa joins the League of Villains, he could be the perfect rival for Kirishima instead, especially seeing how, Rappa has said that he wants a rematch with Kirishima when he's gotten stronger, which just kind of foreshadows the fact that they are going to have a second bout sometime in the future. And if that doesn't happen, I wouldn't be disappointed, but I will be surprised, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say with this video, just a short discussion video really. I would like to hear what you have to think about Kirishima as a hero. Where is he going to be going in the future, and is he going to have a rematch with Rappa? Be sure to let me know down in the comments, and as always, if you did, be sure to Detroit smash that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. This has been your favorite host Perm, and I will see you next time.